Well, I'm finally back with buying something this time for us to have a play with. This is a smoke generating or smoke detecting machine. Let's take it out of the box. So, the purpose of one of these devices is you fill it with a smoke generating liquid, you turn it on, it heats the liquid up, it makes smoke, and you plumb that into your car or whatever it is you're trying to detect the leak from. This also generates compressed air so it can pressurize the system, and then wherever smoke leaks out of, you can, well, you found your leak because smoke will be billowing out of it, hopefully. Now, I purchased this, you may have seen the sticker on the box, from Amazon, and no doubt I got rinsed for it, as these are widely available on eBay and AliExpress, Alibaba, etc. for probably considerably less than what I paid for it on Amazon. I think this was, let me guess, was it 315, and they had a voucher code and it brought it down to like £299. And I think the same one on AliExpress was like £180. But if it was shite or it didn't work from AliExpress, I would have the hassle of sending it back or etc. If I buy it from Amazon for 300 and it's shit, it just goes straight back to Amazon. So we will find. So I can find out. I can spend the money and find out if it's shit or not. And then if it's not shit, you can go on AliExpress and buy the same one for a lot less. So what you get in your kit is this device. There's an on-off buttons. There's, as you can see, air mode and smoke mode. This one is an airflow meter. You can adjust how much air flows out. This is just a gauge for how much oil is in your thing, and a pressure gauge for the pressurization of system. Fill ports on the top, and on the back is power connection and the outlet for the smoke and air. Included with the kit is this box of instructions. Let's not read them. It's basically all the hoses and adapters and all the bits you'll need to join the hose, the smoke detector emitter thing to a vehicle, or hoses, etc. Bungs to block up all the bits where you know it's going to leak from and you don't want it to leak from. And so there's all them, and of course the funny squeezy one. I know, this is always making me laugh. This is the one, this goes in a car's air intake, so you would poke it in the air intake hole, and then you, so I need to shut the valve, you squeeze it and blow it up, and it blows up to seal off the air intake, so it fills the space. But it also has a hole through the middle of it on a hose, so you can run the smoke through the actual air intake without it coming out of the main air intake itself. That comes out the hole, the smoke. Demonetized! Excellent. So that's probably the most useful part, because that's probably the most likely place I'm going to be sticking this to diagnose the problem in the car that I have to diagnose the problem is. It has a boost leak of some variety, and I need to find out where the boost is leaking from. Also included with this is also the power supply, which is a pair of crocodile clips and the wires to go in the back of the unit, but we'll connect it up to the 12 volt power supply so we can see how much current it actually draws. I'm sure I read a bit on the Amazon thing that it can only run for, I don't know, it's like 15 minutes or something, but it does have a built-in overheat sensor, so it should just cut out and then wait for itself to cool down and then go back to running again. Right, I need the space, I definitely need them. And the other bits we don't need so much for testing in here, we just need a bit of hose out the back. So, will we run it first and then take it apart? Yeah, let's run it first. So, for the generation of smoke, we are going to be using baby oil. Stop, keyboard warriors, halt! It literally says in the instruction manual to use baby oil, because baby oil is liquid paraffin. A very nicely refined liquid paraffin. Granted, it's got a bit of perfume in it, but the instruction manual says for this device to use baby oil. So don't believe in coming, you should use propylene glycol or blah 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 blah. No. Instruction says use baby oil. Then if anything fucks up, I can say, well, I used the fucking baby oil, etc, etc. So let's fill it up, plug it in, and put a hose in the back of it and turn it on, see what we get. Now, in amongst the things, there is a bottle. So let's fish out our said bottle. Because I think you're not supposed to put a lot in it. It takes like 20 ml to fill it up. So let's put some in here. Fill it up, port open. And let us put in some oil. Can you even see it filling up the thing? Okay, somebody yell out when you can see the oil level. Anyone? Oh, I think I can see. Is it moving? Anyone? Oh, there it is. Low. Okay. Put a little bit more in. Alright, let's leave it at that for it. It's on the OK mark, so we will go for the OK mark. Right, zoom out. Put the cap back on that, because I imagine it needs to pressurise the whole thing to get smoke to come out the end. Put them off to one side. Now, summon a power supply. Right. Red wire in the red hole, black wire in the black hole, and we might as well put some sort of smoke emitting hose on the end of it. Are we ready? Right, nothing's on just now at the moment. It's got a switch on the side, alright. Power switch. It's not an illuminated power switch, that's disappointing. Right, smoke mode. Oh, go. Air on. Wait, did I just turn it off or on? Oh, hey, you know what really helped, David? If you actually connected the crocodile clips to anything. Okay, let's try that again with power. We got black. We got red. We'll see if our little power supply can supply the power. 12 volts. Okay, on. Ooh, the light comes on. And smoke. Nothing. Air and smoke. Hey, there we go. 5 amps. 5 amps isn't bad. Oh, smoke already. Hey, can you see the smoke? Smoke. Well, if we turn the air streamy pressure down so there's less air. Yeah, there we go. Oh yes, look at that. Woo! We ain't gonna be see shit in a minute. Ah, wait, can you even see now? So I've twiddled the air down a lot. That's a lot. That's not bad. That's quite a bit of smoke. Look how poisonous this is. Alright, hold on. Right, so that's just air by itself, which will hopefully clear out some of the smoke, and then we'll go turn the extractor fan back on. Okay, the extractor fan has done a relatively good job of extracting all of the smoke. So, we saw, well actually we could just do it. On air mode, it draws 500 milliamps. This one on the left allows you to control the litres per minute of air between 6 and, well, none. So if we put on 6 litres per minute, you can see the gauge here at the top. I'm holding the thing in my hand. If we block the end, the air pressure goes up. I don't know if it has a blow off valve or just blows the hose apart. That's 15 psi. You see that? So this is good for leak testing, so you can pressure up a system and see if it stays pressurized. If you turn it off and you just sit and watch it, granted in engines that you're going to usually end up with very like slow leaks through the throttle body and things like that. But if it disappears to nothing straight away, you know you've got a pretty spectacular leak. Like, well, let's let it go out slowly. Here we go. Oh, the other thing with the litres per minute gauge is, so if you turn it on and you block it like a little bit, you can work out how big your leak is depending on your flow rate. So I'm like leaking at the moment 4 litres a minute. You know, if this gauge stayed stationary and you're still flowing 3 litres a minute air, you've got 3 litres a minute going somewhere that it's probably not supposed to be. Now if we turn it down a little bit, I had it at 4, and we turn the smoke back on. Right, smoking shot, here we go, it's going to disappear. Alright, let me move my arm out of the way. Current draw is now 5 amps, because obviously we're running a heater inside the device to make the smoke. And it makes quite a lot of smoke, I'm impressed. It takes, I don't know, what's that, 30 seconds? But we do end up with like a really nice dense smoke, which should make finding leaks nice and easy. Goodbye everyone. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be lost on everyone that's watching this. Smoke off, air off, and just stops. Go away, smoke. Whee! Shoo, go on, get up, god damn it. Right, now that we know that it actually works and it does generate smoke and air pressure, we will now go to the car and plug up its innards so that we can put the smoke in and then see where the smoke leaks out and give it a real world test. Right, to the car. So we've got the squeezy inflated thing squeezed in there. Thing's hanging up. Might as well give it electricity. See if we can flatten your battery in the process. Good clips. Right. Power for the light. Lights on. Right. I wonder if we should smoke it up first and get it smoking and then plumb it in.
Hi.
Not that it takes long. Right, place your bets. Where is the leak going to be from? Oh, a little bit. Also, we're waiting for the pressure to build as well. We've got a little leak from the air intake, that's okay. So we'll go through the turbo, out the turbo, and then into the intercooler. Yeah, ideally you wouldn't do this outside, you would do it in a garage. Because I don't know if it shows up on camera, but there's smoke emanating from here, this area. So we're going to assume it's the dump valve, or rather the seal on the intercooler to the dump valve. So we'll take the intercooler off and then test it individually. I can also hear it hissing out somewhere. Is that it at maximum air? I'm certainly hosing out. I can smell it, I can see it. We just need to... It's got a good leak, whatever it is. Yes, okay, right, let's take the intercooler off, and well, the smoky thing has done its job. Guess we can take it apart now. Right, well, we might as well take it apart now and see how it works inside. Perhaps we'll even turn it on and point a thermal imaging camera That's it. Alright, take the power off. Let's me bring you in for a look. So that's our main on-off power switch. That comes up to a relatively basic circuit board. You can see two relays. We've got power out to I'm going to presume this must be the two contacts for the heating element inside this little tank. Part of the it's got a really nice arrangement of hoses, and wow, they're really nice fittings on there. They're actually the proper crimp-on ones. They haven't cheaped out on this. This isn't like cable ties and Jubilee clips. This has got a strain relief, obviously because that must get fairly hot, being the hot smoke coming out of the tank. And it's pressurised by for the level. See, in the tank. So we've got tank level to show you how much is in it. Obviously we need to keep the pressure in there. So that's sealing that, and then that top one comes out, goes to the pressure valve, and then also down there to the airflow. Yes, the airflow meters on that one, and then that passes through. We've got it looks like it's a dual motor pump. I wonder if it's diaphragm. I presume it's going to be two. Oh, hello. I presume this is a dual motor, dual diaphragm. Well, that's the air pump, so it's either pumping air or pumping air and smoke, depending on what you turn on. And obviously that pumps in there, which goes out to the gauge, and then pumps in, up, down, and then into the tank, and then out of the tank, and the output from the tank just goes straight to the smoke output. This is look, it's actually got that thick silicone conformal-esque coating on all the connections. Everything's got it. It's I don't want to say waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. I wonder if the other side of the other side's not as well protected. But then again, not water, but I would have hoped. I would have liked to have seen a bit of conformal coating on the underside, but they've done the top with the goop. That's the start. Are they brand name? Well, they're Chinese brand name relays. But yeah, this is remarkably well made. It's nice. I mean, it's actually got proper crimps and connections, all the hoses and things. Wow, okay. So, yeah, I think we should fire up and point the thermal imager at it and see how hot it gets. Okay, I've got the thermal imaging. Let me just start a video. Yes. Right, I've got a thermal imaging running. I have sprayed the tank with a little bit of matte black paint so we get a more accurate temperature reading of the thing. Let me put the power supply on. Put the power on. Wait. If I actually clamped them onto the things and not clamped them onto the plastics around, that would be better. No, it's on. That doesn't light up. You're an idiot. Right, I'm going to turn the extractor fan on, lest we be filled with smoke. And I've got the smoky nozzle sitting, pointing over near the extractor fan. So let us now turn on the smoke and the air pump. Right, so it's now drawing 5 amps. Oh, I never even stopped that. Right, let's try this again. I've now aligned the camera so the thermal imaging makes sense. So let's start the thermal imager and turn it back on again. Are they both on? There we go. Smoke is on, fire is on. Well, I can see the relays are getting hot. And I can see the tank is slightly hotter than normal. it's still seen the very, very shiny reflective surface in there as hot, and that's not right. Oh, here it goes. Still making plenty of smoke, and the hot bit's getting hot. Can I add in another hot spot? Can I get another one? Tap that plus, okay, yeah, right. Done. Done. Give me that. Put that over there. How hot is that tank? So the temperature coming out we've got 28 degrees, and I always made a lot of smoke. I'll turn the camera around in a second to show you. Look at this shit. It's like, wow. Yeah. So anyway, that doesn't get redonkulously hot. Interesting. And actually, looking at the thermal imaging, the little air pumps don't really get hot at all. The motors aren't even warm. No. Right, let's turn off before we get gassed to death. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what happens when you turn the smoke off, how soon the temperature starts to drop. It's got residual heat, it's still climbing. I suppose you're correct, for all of those who are shouting that compressed air is still hot. True that. The compressing of air still imparts energy, which does still heat up the air around about it. Well, that's it. All back together now. What can I say about this smoke leak detector tool? Well, first thing, I bought this one from Amazon and it was just under £300. You can get the exact same one on AliExpress for about £100 less. But I needed this like tomorrow, so I was quite happy to pay the extra on Amazon, know that it would arrive next day, and have Amazon's return and warranty process. Basically, had anything been wrong with this, another one would have been sent out and I would just send this one back at my leisure. Also, in saying that, I've bought quite a lot of things off AliExpress now, and I've only had a problem on two things. One, the completely wrong thing arrived, and the other one, nothing arrived. And in both those circumstances, AliExpress refunded all of the money with no problems. So we've looked at this working. It works. It has helped me identify a very small leak that wasn't my problem, and showed me that I had no leaks where I thought I might have a leak. So leak detector works for not finding leaks as well. Basically, it pressurised the system up until it popped its pipe back off, which means it was holding pressure, and I knew I didn't have a leak, except when I found a leak and I saw the smoke hosing out the gap that I found. Right, so it works. It's put smoke fluid in, smoke and air comes out. So it's very nicely made, as we saw when we took it apart. It's nice heavy steel. It may be just a little bit too heavy. Granted, you know, heavy things usually mean they're made to last, but it's quite heavy, especially when it's hanging in the bonnet above your head. But hey, maybe they could make it out of aluminium or aluminum for my American friends, and might take the weight down a bit, but again, push the price up. The only thing that I not so much don't like, but I wish there was more of, was ends. You only get like one of each size of these capping off things, and in modern vehicles there is so much crankcase breather pipes that you need to plug off or plumb up or whatever, and that's not enough. We need like a few sets of them so I could plug up all the holes and bung all of the things so I could actually block off. So basically it just needs a few more sets of these so you can block off a lot more things. The squeezy inflator thing, it'd be great if these came in like different sizes, because I know on high performance and very powerful cars, the air intakes are very, very large, and this is almost on the borderline of being able to fill in the air intake space. I mean, like, some of them air intakes are, you know, like that, they're that size, and This is barely on the edge of fitting in there to block it off. Your normal, average, run-of-the-mill cars with, you know, air intakes that size, that's not a problem. But these are just small things. Like, I imagine I could go on Amazon or AliExpress and find more packs of bungs and cones. The cone works quite well. It's good if you've got a leak and you poke that in, and well, you don't pressurise the system because you've got a leak. But if you've not got a leak, what you do is you poke it in and blow it up and it goes boop and pops back out. But that also tells you don't have a leak. So all in all, if I hadn't needed it next day, I would probably have bought one on AliExpress, saved £100 and just waited a week for it to arrive. But I'm happy to add this to my collection of tools. I imagine it'll come in handy for, well, lots of things. Basically, any system in which you can plug up an end and feed this in the other end and see where it leaks out, handy for that. Any pipe work, basically. Any pipe work, any container, even a box, you're looking for holes and things. Anything you can fill with pressure and smoke and see where it leaks out. It is a handy piece of kit. Any questions, comments, anything like that, leave them in the comments down below, or send me a Facebook message or email or whatever you want to contact me. And as always, thanks for watching.